think of that song, Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down.
Yeah.
I couldn't come up with that now.
Right. That's
no, yes, you could. I think you could.
You think you could?
Some of the things that we said in there.
What? Scared? Punk?
Some of the things we said in there, we was one of the first ones that this gay activist group called GLAAD came after us because there was some lines in there.
In the 90s?
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
They was on the forefront trying to like boycott us and try to get us shitted on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it really worked, but it might have worked in their circles. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they stopped certain opportunities that I don't know about, but they definitely try to put up like little posters and all kind of shit. Like, yo, Brand Nubian is, you know, and they use the H word, you know. And
oh yeah, they was trying to say he was homophobic. The whole group and
even
stuff
though
like
that's
that.
not even a real thing. That's some bullshit.
That was made up.
Huh? Oh, y'all gotta break that down.
Man.
No, well,
Five.
I'm
Speak
just being
on it.
real. The homo, like, listen, it's just simple. If someone, this the style of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a room, someone possibly says something maybe offensive or do something offensive. You raise your hand, yo, hold up, man. He just did something offensive. The first way for everyone to get you to agree is, oh, you gotta see, you're homophobic. And it's another word that the CIA started. What's that word? Conspiracy theorists. That's the same tactic they used when they killed JFK on TV, and everyone sat at home like, hold up, it looked like somebody shot him. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the CIA made that up as soon as that came out, and that's when the word was made. So that same tactic is the same thing that the community uses when you try to defend or speak up.
It's like shame you into saying it. Like,
Yeah,
right.
Like, it's been going on in human history forever, and so that's what they do. You know what
first off, to say homophobic, that's a medical term. A phobia is a medical disorder that people have.
Fear, fear.
Right.
It's an extreme fear. Now, real people that have phobias, if I had a phobia of a phone, somebody that really had a phobia, if they saw this phone, they would run out the fucking room.
Right.
Like in terror. Nobody's doing that.
I see what you're
to
saying.
gay people.
I see what you're
You understand what I'm saying?
Right, so you
we
manipulation.
just disagreeing with them. So first of all, if you're not a doctor, you shouldn't even be throwing that around because it's
Say that again? If you're not a doctor,
you shouldn't be throwing that word around because it's a medical term, number one. Number two, you're throwing a medical term around incorrectly. Because nobody is seeing gay people and say, and running out the hand, I can't be near them. If I say I disagree with your lifestyle, with your culture, there's many cultures and lifestyles that I disagree with, other than homosexuality and all of that. That's just one of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? That I don't agree with.
But let me ask you this though. I get the part where, you know, because there's Christians who don't agree with that and stuff like that.
Why would they?
Yeah.
In the Bible, God says this is an abomination and that it should not happen at all.
But what do you say about the people who, when they do see somebody gay, they're attacking them, they're trying to kill them, they're trying to,
I think
humiliate.
that's not cool.
I
don't think we should persecute or harass or attack anybody. See, you got to understand, a lot of these people are the way they are because of trauma. Okay? They've gone through some sort of trauma. A lot of times they've been sexually molested when they were young and people don't want to talk about it. They want to act like, oh, little Billy was always like that because they don't want to address that Uncle Tommy raped Uncle Billy, little Billy when he was a baby, and now you got to deal with the fact that you didn't protect your child. And there's so many complications. It's so much easier to just say, you know, he's always been acting like that since a baby. And then I always felt this certain way. Did you? I can manipulate how you feel at any time. You see, you got the fans on right now. That's keeping us cool. If you turn these fucking fans on, it's going to get hot in this motherfucker. Now, if I lived in here this whole time, I'd be like, man, I'm always hot. You know, it's my nature to be hot. No, it's not. I put you in a hot place, in a hot environment, motherfucker. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe I gave you some food that fuck with your hormones that made you feel a certain way. You dig? And you're thinking, oh, I always felt this way. I always liked what girls liked. You know what I mean? And it's like, did you? Or were you manipulated to feel that way? Anyway, I say that to say no, they should not be beaten and all of that type of shit. We should give them mercy and understand that they're confused. But let's not play the game of acting like they're not confused. Yeah. And let's not play the game of acting like we just gonna go along with mental instability. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna, if you fucking think you a dog, you could think you a dog, but I'm not gonna pet you, nigga. I'm not gonna fucking put a leash on you and walk you around. I'm not gonna give you dog food and all that, because I know you're a human. I'm gonna say, stand up, nigga. Fuck you talking about.
I just wanted to clarify that, because when people, you know, when you make that statement about people running out and when they having a phobia,
nobody does that,
right? But people do have a negative reaction sometimes,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and they're attacking. So I wanted to clarify that so they know you ain't talking about I'm cool with bashing people and stuff like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
But you got to understand why there's an aversion too. Like that's nature kicking in. You're supposed to have an aversion
this is what I'm
to
saying.
that. You're supposed to have an attraction to the woman and an aversion to the man. That's like a natural defense. Like when things are going naturally. It's when things are unnatural and they put us in an unnatural state. That's when we know back in the days, when did most dudes turn to fucking homosexuality? When they got locked up and they had no more women around them and they didn't have enough discipline in them to just settle for jerking off and one of these chumps come around them batting their eyes with Kool-Aid on their lips, looking like half a woman, and these weak motherfuckers said, all right, meet me in the bathroom.
Somebody doing them.
I just feel that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Also, you know, there's a surge and run in the popularity of being gay, and you know, the parades got bigger, all the stuff. Well, everything's evolution. Everything has its time. Period. So now that all the laws were passed and everything, it's like, yo, there's other stuff going on in the world. We're not gonna just be stuck for 20-something years on everyone's gay. Like, we got it. There's more people that's gay that want to speak out. That's great. Yeah. But the world's focus, every TV show, everywhere you go, doesn't need to be focused on who's gay. Yeah. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. All of that needs to stop. You know what I'm trying to say? That's just my opinion.
It should just be another day.
It's
like,
you know, that should be.
We in the music
see it
business.
everywhere.
We in the music
You see it
business.
everywhere.
We know gay people. You know what I'm saying? We in the fashion. We always going to see gay. But what I'm saying is the popularity and the commercial side of it. Why? You know, it's the same thing if you're. I believe this too. Same thing if you're super gangbanging on TV and stuff like that. To me, that's the same negative influence.
You. I was thinking the same. I was thinking along the same line. Like,
you know what I'm trying to say? So I just feel like
too much glorification is what you're saying.
Yes, we don't need to glorify, because at the end of the day, like Lord Jamar said, it's one of those things that could definitely be deemed, and it was at some point in America. It's a mental illness. It's a medical condition.
And it used to be as such up until...
This is the last point. We're not going to stay up on this too long.
It used to be as such up until 1973, and then they took it out of the book, what's called the DSM. They took it out of the book for mental illness. You know why they did that?
Why did they do that?
Because the homosexuals rallied and started going to the conventions of the psychologists and all of that, and badgering them, and they started going to their homes and their places of business, and just picketing and just badgering them, till finally they just took it out off of pressure, not because they found anything scientific to go against what was in there in the first place. They just, pressure made them bust pipes, and that's what happened.
Pressure make everything move.
And this was all a plan that they had back in like 1973, where they knew this was all gonna happen. Like, they had a strategy of how they was gonna roll this shit out, and that was point A. That was, you know what I mean? That was ground zero for this shit. Hey, yo, peace. This is Lord Jamar, Brand Nubian. You're checking out the Thanks for Asking podcast. Need you to like, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. You heard? Peace.